So it is Sunday, and Sunday in my house is water change day. I have 4 tanks. I have 2 guppy tank, or 2 beta tanks, 1 guppy tank, a frog tank, and then sometimes I have 5 tanks if I'm currently using my quarantine observation tank. Actually, you would think it would take a long time with that, but it really doesn't too much. Depending on what I'm doing, and this is not going to be a gravel day for me. So if I'm not vacuuming the gravel, it's a little faster. So I'm going to show you on one of my tanks kind of how I do it, and I use a 2 bucket approach. So I have empty bucket, big 3-gallon, just got it at the hardware store. There's my empty bucket, and then I have another one full of the dechlorinated water that I've prepared that's been sitting for about an hour so it can kind of acclimate, get room temperature. And I do like to add my bacteria that I'm going to add to the tank to that before I let it sit. I guess you don't have to, I just like to. So what I do actually is, you guys think you're getting fed, I know, is I just use this little cup. It's actually the cup my betas came in. And like I said, this is not a vacuum the gravel change. I try to do that, every other time. Usually I would actually stir up the gravel a little bit, but I wanted to have the water a little bit clearer. Whoops. Easier for you to see. Now, every time I try to get these guppy out, and I want to get one in a cup so I don't have to use a net, can't do it to save my life. Here I don't want one in the cup, and there they are in the cup. So I usually like to do about 25%. This is actually a little bit more than 25% here, but that's, that's okay. And then I've got the clean water, which I just kind of gently put right in there. I don't like to stress them out any more than necessary. So I just try to take my time here and sort of be gentle with it. Get it in here. Here you go, fellas. Couple more. Oops, got the frog bit there. So there you go, right up to the top there. And then what I like to do is I like to rinse out my sponges. And you don't want to do those in the sink. What you want to do is you actually want to just do those in the old tank. This is actually a piece of carbon filter material that I use instead of carbon rock. So I'll throw this away and put a new one in. Here is my, that's pretty dirty here. Can you see it? Pretty yucky. And I will rinse that out really well in the old fish water. You don't want to do that in tap water or under the sink. You have a lot of good bacteria on there, good colonies of bacteria. You are going to replace those, now and again. And this one's a bit thin. I actually really want a thicker one. This is the one that sort of came with this. I don't like it very well. Here's a little bit of biological media that I've added to the tank. So I'm going to put that piece that I don't like very well back in there. I'm going to put the biological material I kind of rinsed out a little bit back in there, and then I'll show it to you all because I know you can't see it very well. And a new piece of charcoal to help clean things up. And I'm going to move you so we can see here. So, oh, nice, clean, beautiful water. So there is the hanging filter I'm talking about here. So here we have the piece of fiber filter they put in there. And like I said, I don't like it. I need to get a nice sponge, a nice thick one there. The charcoal piece I put in is here, and there's a biological media sort of underneath that. Then I'm going to put the lid back on. there you go. That's it. Water change, done. I can do all of my tanks in like 30 minutes. It's amazing, if even that. Doesn't really take very long. If I was vacuuming the gravel, maybe a little bit longer, but there you go. So, thanks.